What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning to Out Loud. It's your girl, Ashley B. And as y'all can see, my co-host is not here. My girl is currently at home, sick, but we're going to be out loud with all the things we didn't get to say, the things that we want to say, and the things that we're going to say. Thank y'all for tuning in. If it's your first time, as y'all can see, I got not one, but two very special guests in the building today. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
What's up? Right? We good. We good.
What's up? So this is my girl, Nikia, aka Nikki. I've known you for...
Girl, since what? 2011?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, right.
10 or 11? Yeah.
I think it was like 10. No?
It's been about 11. I think 11. I think 2011.
Are you sure?
For sure, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Because I left like in 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there for 4 years, so yeah.
We used to work together, y'all.
We did.
We used to work together. And this is her husband. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, y'all. I'm a kid.
And so we're going to be talking about, because I just said husband and wife, we're going to be talking about marriage today, which is a very, very important topic to discuss. I got opinions on it. I've never been married, but I've been in a long-term relationship, which felt like a marriage, but I don't know, like I said, because it's not really, it wasn't really a marriage, but I was in that for 13 years.
Common law is very different than papers.
Yeah, it's very different.
It's very different. Yeah.
Well, y'all gonna school me on that today because, yeah, like I said, I've never been married or anything like that. But, today marriages are not lasting.
They're not.
How long y'all been married? How long y'all been together first? And how long y'all been married?
14 years.
Y'all been together 14 years? Uh-huh. Okay. And then how long?
Our story is really unique.
Go ahead, tell it.
We've known each other since middle school.
Oh,
in high school, I had the biggest crush on him. But I felt like, your self-esteem when you're in high school ain't just really what you want it to be.
I don't know why we like that.
I didn't think I was his type.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like his type was something polar opposite than what I was. So, don't laugh.
Sorry, y'all.
So, I left the school that we attended together, went on with my life or whatever. 10 years passed, 2 kids in. I ended up seeing him on Facebook as suggested people you may know.
Ooh,
ladies know what I mean about that suggested people you may know. So I just hit him up in his DM. Yes, I slid, ladies. I slid.
Okay.
But I was just like, hey, do you remember who I am? And then his response was...
Yeah, you Nikia Walker.
So he already knew who I was.
He knew.
Right, he remembered. So we went out on a date. And then... He said, what did you tell me about that first date? You already knew what?
Oh, I already knew I was going to marry you.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah. So we actually got engaged 6 months after dating. And then we got married 3 years into the relationship just because, life happens. And, I know a lot of women put a lot on the proposal, so to speak. And I know different women like different things and, you appreciate the thought of the proposal and all of that, but I'm really simple. And our proposal and our engagement was pretty much like a mutual agreement. I knew that he was my person. He knew that he was my person. So we just decided that this is what we wanted. We were each other's forever.
That's what's up.
And then when we got married...
I'm trying to figure out how we got married.
No, I remember how we got married.
How you got married. You just woke up one morning and just said,
let's do it.
Wow.
And it just so happened that so our wedding date is December 21st, 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anybody remembers back then, everybody said that this specific date, December 21st of 2012, the ancient Mayans predicted that the world would end on that day. So the way I tell our story is the day that the ancient Mayans predicted the world would end, our happily ever after began. So if we died that day, we were going to die as husband and wife.
That's what's up.
If that was what was going to happen. But yeah, so that's kind of our story.
That's what's up. I like that story though. Yeah, that suggested friend stuff gets you in trouble from time to time. It don't work out like that all the time.
It does not always work out like that.
It does not. Let me tell you. Your girl, yeah.
It's about knowing who you approaching.
Listen, nope. I'm real. See, the whole I like that you took that.
Initiative.
Yes, I like that because as women, sometimes we're like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Or you get, I'm not gonna say intimidated, but you want the man to always kind of come to you, sort of not chase you, but approach you.
And see, I have my thoughts on that. I feel like if a man feels like he's okay with going for what he wants, then why can't we do that? Why is there a stigma on us that we can't?
Right.
There's no rule book I've ever seen that says that women can't go for what they want.
Yeah.
It's just the olden time. People just use olden verbiage of what they choose to go about in their life, basically.
Right.
That's all it is.
So they using their parents, you know what I'm saying,
That's basically what
as
it
a
comes down
stencil
to.
or a blueprint, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're in new ages right now. Like everybody is doing
if you
stuff.
see something-
However, I will not propose
say,
to a man.
No,
No, not that. Not
that
that
far.
part. Not that part.
Not that far, right, baby. Not that far.
No.
Man, the world be ending that day for real. Like,
Yeah,
I
'cause
can't see a woman propose to a man.
I see it on
That's weird.
TikTok, and I'm just
see,
like,
coming from
what
a
is
man
going
that's
on?
weird, ladies, coming from a man that is weird, don't do
Yeah.
that shit. Don't do that
don't.
shit.
Very weird.
So, like I always say, let a man be a man and a woman be a woman. And there's some things that,
There are
as a
some
woman,
traditions you have to stick to.
right? Don't do that. Like, no, you ain't.
Yeah.
Yep.
A
I agree.
woman kneeling down on one knee propose to a man, that looks weird.
How would that make you feel as a man? Not just weird, like.
I just look at it like, why is you down on one knee proposing to me, and I'm supposed to be one on one knee proposing to you?
Right.
Because I found a good thing in you.
Right.
See,
Because he who findeth. Let me stop.
girl, no, I'll speak it. But so y'all been together 14 years. Y'all been married 8. What did y'all say? 10. Okay.
It'll be
excuse
10
me.
December of this year. It'll be 10
Okay.
years.
Well,
Yeah.
happy early anniversary.
Thank you.
You know, I'll talk to you before then.
You
but-
will, definitely.
So what has kept y'all in this marriage this long? I know y'all been together for 14 years, but married for 10 years because a lot of marriages are not lasting today.
You gonna tell her or I want to tell her?
You can go ahead and tell
Okay.
him, baby.
All
Take
right.
the
So basically, it all comes down to trust and respecting the person you're with. Basically, that's the key to marriage. Really, you gotta be open and honest with a lot of stuff.
But you forgot one that really matters most all over everything.
Communication.
Hello.
I was about
Preach
to say,
it.
you
Say
did
it,
not
baby.
say communication,
Say it.
but I like that you added respect because I feel like a lot of people lack that in relationships and any kind of relationships. I've been real big on that lately. If I don't feel like there's any type of respect, period, as a person, I don't care if it's a friendship, a relationship, a family ship, any ship I'm on, hell, there ain't no respect, I can't at all.
Yeah.
Like, there could be communication, but that communication could be false. It could be a lie. It could be cap, like just whatever. But if I don't have that respect from you that I feel is real or that trust, I can't. I just couldn't.
I mean, but with respect comes communication.
Most of the time
and,
it should.
and actions as well. Because, like my husband say, his favorite punchline is a pair of what?
Oh, pair of lips will say anything.
That's what I'm saying.
So, but with that, even though someone can speak something with their words or say something with their mouth, you have to give them the opportunity to follow it up with their actions. Because not everybody is just out here to just basically give you their representative and start running. You know what I mean? Like, I took time. I mean, knowing him as a kid is something completely different than knowing him as an adult.
Of
That's
course.
true.
And you can't genuinely assume that, oh, I know him because we grew up together, because you know him as far as a friendship goes, as far as seeing him in school with a whole bunch of different people. That's different. But me becoming intimate with this man, and I'm not just talking about sex, because intimacy is not just about sex.
Of course.
This is literally my true life best friend. Like, me and my husband do a lot of things together.
That's what's up.
And it could be something as simple as going to Walmart together, but we're together. We're grocery shopping for our family together. It's about spending time and being
That's my big
in a
thing.
in a genuine relationship with somebody.
See, my thing is the whole time thing. You can spend time with people, but if it's not quality time, meaningful time, it don't
Yeah.
mean nothing. I'm real big on quality time. That's my
And
love
I mean,
language.
doing a whole bunch of different stuff actually teaches you a lot about the person that you're with.
This is facts.
Oh yeah, that's the main thing. You gotta know the person you're with in order to start
Exactly.
some kind of relationship with them. Because if you don't know that person, then like you say, they always give a representative at that time, but then
Exactly.
time's gonna tell what that person.
Time
actually
tells
is with.
all.
It does.
It
and
does.
I mean, we're not gonna sit up here and just make it seem like, our whole relationship has been peaches and cream.
Oh, no, it
everybody
wasn't.
everybody go
go
through stuff.
Everybody go through trials and tribulations.
It's about
So-
it's about getting through those situations and being able to grow as a unit that tells a lot about who you are, not only as an individual but as a unit.
I'm gonna get in y'all business a little bit.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm open.
So, what is one of the not you ain't gotta tell me which one, but or the hardest, whatever you want to share. Let me just say that one of the hardest things y'all went through as a married couple, not as a couple, but as a married couple, and how did y'all get through it?
All right, so our hardest thing was
Look, y'all already
basically
knew.
an ex.
Now he know because it was his issue.
Yeah, it was my issue.
Oh, okay.
I had an ex-girlfriend that just wouldn't leave us alone. She always pop up every 6 months for some reason.
Like clockwork.
Like clockwork.
It was
It
like
was always something.
she just knew to pop up every 6 months.
So pop up as far as like social media pop up on your phone or at your home.
Girl, this child used to follow us home. That's how she used to figure
social
out where
media
we live.
most of it, but sometimes we see her out in the streets and she'll follow us, like different places. We're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't want to
one-
ask
the
these
one
questions that could
time-
put you in jail,
The
but
one time she followed us.
I know you.
Yeah, the one time she followed us, I couldn't do me
Yeah.
because I was pregnant with our daughter. So it restrained. It caused me to restrain a lot of frustration and anger.
I know.
And I tried not to hold it internally because you don't want your baby to feel what you're feeling. But yeah, I was like pregnant with our first child. And she showed up in our apartment complex. She was down a few buildings, but there nonetheless. And when he called her on her shit and was like, "What you doing over here?" "Oh, I know somebody over there." "No, you don't. You don't know nobody over here." And see, you smart because you coming around when I'm pregnant and you know that I'm not going to endanger my child or his child with your shenanigans. You know what I mean? And anybody who knows me know that I ain't one to mess with, like, at all. And
Like
I
I
don't fight
said.
over no man. I don't fight over no man. That's not what I'm going to do. But it was the principle.
Yeah.
You stepping your toes and dipping in business that ain't got nothing to do with you. This man has moved on.
Yeah, she just
So
kinda-
what kind of like issues was it causing between y'all though? Because she was crazy, but what was it causing between y'all?
friction basically because some fact, what I'm saying, if I go somewhere, it's always, "Oh, what you doing? It is." I'm like, okay, you know where I'm at, but it was like this insecurity part was starting to kick in because of that situation. That's why.
Yes,
Which is
very
natural.
much so.
Yeah, it's
It's
natural for a
natural.
woman,
Very
what I'm
much
saying, or
so.
a man. It don't
And
matter.
then also, like I said, being pregnant, like that intensifies any emotions that you have because of your hormones are everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally.
We already
everywhere.
emotional.
Exactly.
So
We're
it's
already
like emotion
emotional
time
beings.
1,000.
Exactly. So me having to deal with that situation with his ex and her not understanding or being able to comprehend that this man has moved on and he's happy, like my mind couldn't compute why you don't understand that. Because with any ex that I have, and they are exes, but any ex that I have, it's like if you move on and you happy, I want that for you.
That's how I am.
because if I can't make you happy, then that's fine.
I don't
But
wanna
go,
waste
but
my
go
time.
about leaving me the correct way, meaning don't cheat, don't do nothing stupid. If you feel like you and I don't mesh well anymore, be man enough or woman enough to exit the relationship in a proper manner.
Right.
Cheating is never the option. And move on. And I'm happy for any of my exes who have moved on.
Yeah, because there ain't nothing there.
There's nothing
There
there.
ain't no feelings. That's how I feel
Exactly.
about mine.
Exactly.
Which you know.
Yeah,
You know my
I
daughter's
know.
father.
Yeah,
And you knew.
yeah. I've known for a while.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
with him back then. I was with him 13 years for a long time. So, like I said, we were supposed to be married and everything, but I just didn't feel it to be right.
Yeah,
You
and I
know?
mean, you have to go with your gut. You know better than anybody what's best for you.
See, my heart though, because I'm a Leo, and people tend to, you're mean, you're intimidating, you're this, you're that, but really, I'm a big lover at heart.
So we both have the same stigma because I'm a Taurus, and that's what they say about me too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and he's a Libra, so
Oh.
everybody equates the Libra with being a hoe, and they're not all hoes.
Really?
They're not.
Nah, it's just basically when you single, you're gonna be single. That's how you look at it. But
Right.
once you get into an actual
Single, you
relationship,
dating. I feel like everybody should go through that whole stage in life.
They should.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say really like be a hoe, but that whole stage
Yeah.
date, be out there to figure out who you should be with,
Or
do feel
even
like
figure
that.
out who you are.
That too. That's
Because
an important one.
because a lot of people use that time to figure out who they are. If it hadn't been for him going through what he went through in his young age, and me going through the trials and tribulations I went through, we would have never,
Reconnected.
and we wouldn't be good for each other because we would both be in very toxic situations, and then the toxicity between the two of us would have made our relationship eons worse.
Yeah, because if you think about it, at the age we started dating, we was at our late 20s.
Yeah,
like,
we were like, what,
27,
26, 27, 28, something like that?
Yeah.
And I was already 2 kids in. So my mental was already mature beyond what I was supposed to be at that age anyway.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of times women run into men who are in their same age group, because I'm only a year younger than him. But they run into men who are in their same age group and they think, oh, this man is childish, or, you know, I understand they say that men aren't mentally mature at the same time that women are, but
Yeah, they're
he
behind.
actually meets me on my level. If not, I take that back. He actually superseded me because I learned a lot through him.
What's up?
Not only dealing with kids and dealing with life and excuse me, stuff like that, but myself. I learned things about myself. I learned things that I needed to change, things I needed to work on. My attitude was horrible, like horrible. And it was because of everything that I had gone through at such a young age.
Previous to
Exactly.
that relationship.
And I realized that the one thing I was doing, which is what a lot of women do, and that's making this man pay a debt that he didn't create. And sometimes we have to
Yeah.
take a step outside of ourselves and realize that, why is this man paying with anger and frustration and irritation and you being toxic and all of this, and he's done nothing but stand by you, love you.
And how did you do that? What,
Uh,
I know you said when you
my-
went on a date, you knew she was the one, but how did you have patience to wait?
Me, I got patience based off of growing up the way I grew up. So my patience is I got a lot of patience.
God bless you, because your girl ain't got none.
He got a lot, and he's
I wish I had some.
actually taught me to be more patient with things.
That's what's up.
That's why I say, like, when you get married, make sure that it's somebody that you can learn from and someone you can also teach, because based on different upbringings, like his upbringing was different from mine. Mine was more liberal, more lenient. I mean, I'm mixed, so my father is black, my mom is white, and of course with white mothers, they're more lenient on things with life with their kids. It's more about, I want you to know the world, but I also want you to know that you can approach the world differently than most people. His upbringing was very structured. Church was a major part of his background when he was younger. And church was a part of mine too, but
Not as
not as strong as his. You know,
I can see that.
Yeah, it was kind of strong.
he
when we
had
was growing
both
up.
parents until he was 18. You know, my dad was sick. I'm just gonna put it like that. And he left when I was 10.
mine was 3.
So my life was different. You know, it was a lot different, especially being a girl, not having your dad. You 10, you going into womanhood. You know, I understand that your mom has a major part to play in your life, but your dad does too, because he's the one that's supposed to teach you what man that's not good for you, what man to look for.
Protect you.
Exactly.
Trust me, I think about all that stuff to this
Yeah.
day. And even though like my daughter's father and I, we don't get along, you know, sometimes
He's there, though.
we're better now. We're friends now. Like he gets on my nerves, but that's my friend. You know, we're cool. And I was telling him, we're better off as friends. You know,
Yeah.
like we just are. So we have a good like co-parenting relationship right now. I mean, there's times where it can get a little toxic.
But that's with anything.
Right, but for the most part, like, I don't keep her from him in any kind of way. I don't care what we go through. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care if I feel disrespected in any way. I won't take her from that because I know what it's like not to have a father.
That's very big of you.
And I want her to have her daddy to be there to protect her, walk her down the aisle one day, show her, what a man is. And I want her to see love because she hasn't seen that. Because when me and him actually were, like, really together, she was a baby.
Yeah.
She was little. She don't
Right.
remember any of that. And not too long ago, I showed her a picture. I was going through, like, my old files, deleting stuff. And I came across a picture of me and him. And we were kissing.
Yeah.
And I showed it to her, and she was like, ew. Like, it was ill to her.
I don't remember that.
Because she doesn't remember that.
No, because she don't see that
Yeah.
still. She
Yeah.
don't see it because I'm single. I'm not with nobody. And first of all, I don't talk to nobody, but I don't bring nobody around my daughter at all.
Because you have to be very particular.
Right. So she don't even know. She's clueless to mommy has a boyfriend or anything like that, right?
Right.
I just don't. So she don't see
same
that
way.
kind of stuff. But I'm like, damn, it kind of like make me sad in the same sense because she don't get to see love, like love
But she will.
between a man and a woman.
But she will.
Hopefully not, because I'm like, I may not even start dating till she get like out of high school, because I'm so protective over her, and I'm real big about if whoever I'm talking to, I feel like if I don't see a future with somebody, I'm just not gonna waste my time. I don't even see the point of my daughter
I get that.
meeting you.
I get that. And the reason I get that is because, like I said, I came into the relationship with 2 kids. My son was 6 and my daughter was 5, I believe.
Yeah,
or it
so-
might have been 7 and 6.
Yeah, something like that.
But they didn't meet him until 3 months after we started dating. Like, funny
fair.
as it is, the apartments that I was in was literally next door to the apartments that he was in. And we didn't know this until we went out on that first date. So I was with my mom at the time. So I would feed them, bathe them, get them in the bed, make sure that they were asleep, and then I would leave. And then I would be back home by the time they woke up, well before they woke up. I was the one waking them up for school every day. So they never knew I was gone. And I did this for 3 months because of exactly what you said. I felt like I was protecting my kids. And not that I thought that he was a bad guy. It wasn't that.
You just don't want to.
It was just that I want to see if we're going somewhere before I
Right,
bring
that's
my
my
kids
biggest
into the
thing.
situation. And then when we finally did introduce the kids to him, where did we go?
To the fair.
That's
We went to the
fun.
State
That's
Fair in
what's up.
Texas. And it was because I didn't want it to be an intimate situation. I wanted it to be around numerous people, like a fun atmosphere.
My friend did something similar like that.
just
when she
because
introduced
I
her
don't want
kids.
them to feel something heavy. You know what I mean? I wanted it to be a light and airy experience for them.
How did you feel about that when going into the relationship, knowing she had 2 kids previously?
Everybody got to pass. That's how I look at it. Like, everybody will have some kind of, kids or something like that when you first get into a relationship, especially in our era.
Right.
So
But
everybody.
were you like mentally and ready, prepared to step up?
Oh yeah, that was nothing. That was easy.
And to speak to that, yeah, he's right. He was, because the situation with my oldest kids, their dad it was very toxic for a very long time. But in reality, although my daughter was 5 or 6 years old, she clinged to him like no other. And he's basically been there with her and for her throughout her entire life. And she just graduated high school in May. And if you ask her, that's her dad. That is her father. If anything happens, that is who she will run to. She had a conversation with her biological father, and it tore her up in the inside so bad that as soon as she got off the phone with him, she ran to find where he was, just so she could hold him and feel some sense of safety. But that's her dad.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
That is her dad. My son, boys are complex. We all know that. So my son, it was different for him because he was caught between, I love my biological father, but I love my stepdad as well, but the biological dad was making him feel like it
Like
wasn't
a
okay to
loyalty
love.
or something,
It
like
wasn't
a
okay to
betrayal,
love,
right?
right?
Yeah,
Like it was betrayal, exactly.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So it took him a while to get out of that. And now with his biological dad, he's the point where
He see
I
for
don't need
himself.
you. He
what-
does.
Yeah.
And I told him, we
They
told
gonna
him,
get- yeah.
we told him that when he was younger, like, you're gonna see him for yourself.
Because you can
We
only
won't have
tell
to
a
tell
lie
you.
for so long
Exactly.
to somebody. 'Cause
Exactly.
Think about it. If I keep telling you that I'm actually going to work and building all of this for us, but you never see any benefits from anything that you're doing, yeah, you're going to eventually wake up and see what's going on once you get older, because in fact, you're just,
You're gonna be
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to see that it was all lies.
it's all lies.
Which is what he saw.
That's what's up. Cause they'll see for themselves eventually.
yeah,
they
of
always
course.
do. So that's
That's
why
it.
I just
Truth
say
come to
like
light.
the whole bashing the other parent thing. I get it sometimes when you're frustrated, because I'm guilty of it. I ain't gonna say I've never done it. But when I'm on the phone in that moment talking to him, sometimes, well, not recently, but before, when it was really bad a few years ago, it was real bad. I honestly was like, I don't even want to see you. I want to take my daughter, and she can find you when she get older. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And so since it was that bad, because he was having a hard time letting go of the relationship, because I was finally like, I'm done. Like,
Right.
I can't keep doing this. And you know the stuff that I
They're
went
used
through
to the
with him.
cycle.
Right.
And then once you finally break it,
It was a problem, and it was I'm gonna make life hell for you kind of
Right.
thing, And so I went through a lot of shit during that relationship, and I took my time though. I've taken my time. I've been single for going on 3 years now. So, it's different now, and he's learned to, okay, you ain't coming back.
He doesn't have a choice.
Right. Exactly.
You have to put yourself in a position to not give him
what
a choice.
baffles me though is
There's
that
no
he had a
option.
baby.
Well, yeah.
And he had no, I don't care. Like, he literally was almost crying when he had to tell me. And
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
told me that.
What's your
yeah.
problem?
Like, what is it? It's life.
Right. I was like, I mean, we're
life.
not
We're
together.
not together.
Congratulations.
Right.
But he's still, he's just like, just don't count me out. And I'm like, there ain't no going back to it.
What do you have to say about that?
Yeah,
baby?
because there ain't no going back
I
to
know
it.
why he was thought like that. Why it was so hard for him to tell you that, because in fact, in his mind, he thought that,
We could
by
probably
me
get
having
back.
this baby, it messed up any chance that I ever had to get back with you. That's why he thought like
But
that.
you know what's crazy? There was no chance. That's probably what he thought.
In his
but
mind, that's why I say in his
me,
mind,
it
it's
was
like
never a chance to
See.
going back to that. But yeah, he did, and he's still, he's just like, I fucked up, and I'm sorry. I wish I could do things different. But I love his daughter.
Yeah.
Like, I love her. My daughter loves her, adores her. That's her little sister, and the baby loves me. Like, the mom and me, we had no problems from the beginning because
Right.
I'm not that type
You're
of
not that
person.
type.
You
Yeah.
know, so I was very welcoming, open. Just like, hey, we not together. Ain't nothing between us. I want our kids to be close as they can, or whatnot. But that's what it was there, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all grow from those types of situations.
Oh yeah.
Like, you
definitely grown.
can't keep beating yourself up for your past. It is what it is. It
Well-
builds you and helps build your character, and it makes you who you are.
I definitely know that I am who I am today because of that.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from that relationship.
But your next relationship is going to be a lot easier, only because going through what you went through, it made you understand and realize what you are willing to accept and what you are not.
So what kind of advice do y'all have for me?
As far as what?
Marriage.
Wanting to be married?
Yeah, like, I do want to eventually be married. What things should I maybe look for? What kind of marriage advice y'all have for me that gets y'all through? Like,
have to, you know what you want, so don't settle for something that you don't want. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're looking for, and for a man being married to him, or
And when you
him being
see
married to
those
her,
red flags, ladies,
don't ignore them, please.
do not ignore them.
see, if he even said it, don't
Yeah,
ignore.
don't
I ain't
ignore.
gonna lie, I did.
That's the hardest part, ignoring those
did.
red flags.
I knew. I seen him and I kept going.
Yeah, you try to see the good in everybody, but you got.
That's the problem with me and people, because I guess I do come off a little intimidating or whatever, a little mean, but I'm only like that because I feel like I always got to be on guard.
You have to put up that facade.
Yeah, because I've been through so much shit, and I feel like when you're nice to people, they take advantage. So I'm
They
like,
do.
being nice don't get you nowhere in life. Being a bitch gets you far in life.
Sometimes.
Hey, so far
Sometimes.
it did, but I feel like when I'm too nice, I just
The same thought process that you have in the same way that you feel right now is what almost cost me to lose him.
She had the same mentality.
The same mentality. And the day I woke up was, you keep acting like this and you're going to push me away.
yeah.
But I want you here.
See,
It's
when I'm in
not
a relationship,
necessarily
I'm not
need.
like that.
It's
I'm
not
talking about-
necessarily a need. A woman doesn't, he already knows because I say this a lot, but a woman doesn't necessarily need a man. You don't.
You're there because we want you.
You are complete and you are whole by yourself. Your man or your husband, as you choose and when he chooses you, is a phenomenal bonus. He knows that I don't necessarily need him. He doesn't necessarily need me. But the want that we have for each other exceeds anything else. I could not see myself living my life without this man by my side. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't. But if we ever got to a point where we both felt like it was no longer beneficial to the two of us,
Yeah, we gone.
but we will always be best friends. And any woman he
yeah.
dates and any man that I date would have to understand
And accept it.
and accept that this is
Yeah.
going to always be my best friend. Not just because we have kids, but because we have history.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
You know what I mean?
That's how I feel, going back to my daughter's father. Because, like I said, we are friends, and he calls me a lot, sometimes too much. Tells, like, when his daughter was born, he called me literally after she was born.
Because you're his comfort.
I am his comfort.
You're his comfort.
And I'm trying not to cut that completely off cold turkey.
Yeah.
Because I know what it's like to not have somebody
needs to be
and need
weaned.
support. I'm trying to
He
wing
needs
his
to be
ass. I've been working on that. I've been working on
weaned.
it. I have to wing his ass off because he definitely, he calls me about everything. Anything that goes on in his life, you know.
But think about it. You've been that person for so long.
Right, and that's why I'm saying I
Yeah.
don't want to just fuck you because I'm not cold-hearted. I'm not
Yeah,
that type
you're
of
not.
person.
You've
I'm really
never
not.
been that way.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not a cold-hearted person.
You're very real and very honest. But cold-hearted would not be
Thank
something
you.
that I use
See, there's a
to
difference.
describe you. Yeah. But I'm the same way though.
Yeah,
so
and
I
that's
see
why
you
we
in,
come off
exactly. And
that
I
way.
see you in the same light. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just I'm not rude. I'm not mean. I'm just brutally honest.
Very
And
direct.
I feel like the best thing that I can do for you in your life is be honest. The best thing I could do for me in my life is be honest.
That's how I feel.
I'm not gonna tell a lie because once you tell that one lie, you have to keep telling multiple lies to cover up that one lie, and at some
true.
point, you start believing the lies yourself because you don't even know where it began.
You have to be
Facts.
honest with yourself first.
Exactly. And
So-
for some people, that's the hardest thing to do is be honest with themselves.
It definitely is, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are out here lost, confused, don't know what they want. They're dipping in and out of relationships or people, whatever
They
the case
vibe
is.
off of toxicity.
Right. So let me ask you this question because she did mention she was in a previous toxic relationship. You know, and she did have her 2 children with her children's father.
Mm-hmm.
How did you handle that when you know things may have gotten rough or she was bringing that old baggage into y'all
wait.
new relationship?
But no, my kid's father wasn't the baggage that I brought into our relationship.
Oh, okay,
So he's my second husband.
okay.
I married young and dumb, and I was in a very abusive relationship.
Okay.
Mentally, physically, and
This was
emotionally.
after the kids'
After the
fathers?
kids. After the kid's father.
Okay.
Mentally, physically, and emotionally abused on a consistent basis. That is the baggage that I brought into his relationship because once my kid's dad, once we separated, that was it. Like, done is done.
He was still there though, but
He was
it's
still
just,
there, but his toxicity came from the kids. It wasn't anything personal
No,
between
but
he and I.
The thing is, he thought I was just gonna be like an afterthought, like I was gonna be there for a short period of time. He didn't think I was gonna be there that
What
long.
he tell you on the phone that day?
Oh, that I'm gonna be an afterthought. I'm a non-factor basically in the kid's life.
Wow.
But
Who's the non-factor?
Right. I was about to
now?
say. I'm about to say.
what happened is I told him that basically if he keep doing what he's doing, he's the one gonna be the non-factor. And then
You just pushing her to you.
yeah. And then what happened is like one day we didn't even know he was moved out of the whole city.
He went to Houston.
He moved to a whole different city, and then we was like, okay, so how's this gonna
We
work?
didn't
with
find
you
out
being
until
in
what, a
Dubai?
year later?
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
were trying to
a year
figure out
later.
like how is this gonna work with you seeing your kids? And all of a sudden, like, he may see him like once, twice. Then after that,
That was
we
it.
ain't even heard from him no more. Till most
The
recently.
only reason why I knew he was alive is because I was still getting child support checks. Outside of that, there was no communication
Yeah,
with him, me, or the kids.
Yeah, he just reached out recently as they got older, 18, 19.
He reached out because our daughter was graduating.
That's the only reason he reached out, but he still didn't come
But
through.
I offered him to come to my house to see them all for prom because my daughter took my son to the prom with her because during the pandemic, you know, they didn't have proms and all that stuff. So she wanted to make sure that, you know, he could get the same
I
experience
love
that she
that
got.
brother-sister love. That's,
Yeah, so
that's
she took him with
beautiful.
her, and we offered for him to see them off for prom. He didn't show. When Anaya graduated, we had a graduation party the day before. We offered for him, his mom, and whoever else wanted to come to the house to basically, you know, see her off for graduation and, you know, give her their well wishes and, you know, their hopes for her life or whatever. And he didn't show up. But he texted my son 2 days after and was like, hey, I think we need to have a conversation. And my son's response was, you had 2 opportunities to talk to me in my face. You didn't show up for either. So at this point, I don't have anything to say.
As,
So,
yeah.
Grown man
As it should have
decision.
went.
Yeah.
But
But
you were saying that happened and then
I had another marriage.
Yeah, my husband.
Yeah.
Now, that
So
was
my husband,
funny.
the relationship with the husband was ending when we started dating.
Yeah.
So he and I mean TMI, and I hope you don't mind, but we didn't have a sexual relationship until after my divorce papers were finalized.
Yeah, it was just basically.
So we were just chilling
and
kicking
kicking,
it,
you
watching
know.
TV, laying on the floor, listening to music.
Yeah, that was all our relationship was at the beginning.
Yeah. It
It wasn't
it was
really
a
a
friendship.
relationship.
You
Really.
could basically
We were
say
just
it was
trying
a
to get
friendship.
to know each other.
Yeah,
You know, outside
You
of
got a
being
lot of
teenagers.
patience.
yeah.
Like,
does.
cause
With all the stuff that he waited on. That's
Yeah.
why I say he's my person.
Yeah.
God literally made him specifically for me. And I
So-
can say that without
like what? Let me ask. Okay, so what were you going through from that previous toxic relationship, marriage? We'll say that previous
you can
marriage.
say relationship because it was more like a partnership than a marriage.
Okay, so that previous relationship, that partnership.
Right.
Like, what are some of the things that you were putting on him in this relationship?
So
And how did you handle that?
a lot of my insecurities came from that relationship. I've always fought with self-esteem issues, never feeling like I was pretty enough, you're not small enough. And a lot of that played a part into it because he would basically bounce between me and his kid's mom. I had no idea. And he would go back, because he's from a different part of Texas. So he would go back and so-called visit with his kids.
Family or kids? Okay.
Visit with his kids. And he was with her.
So living
and
a
with,
double life.
and with other women as well. And he had 2 kids on me
in your marriage?
in our marriage. Yeah. I found out by one of his family members. When I questioned him about it, of course he blew up. I'm the one that's crazy. I'm the one that don't trust. I'm the one with the problem. But in actuality, all of these things that people said you were doing, you actually did.
Yeah.
So bringing into my current marriage back then was, like I said, insecurities and very, very, very bad trust issues. It was so hard for me to trust. So hard. And that played a major part in the hiccups that we had, like in the first 5 years of our marriage, our
Yeah.
relationship period.
Pretty much, yeah.
Is dealing with like my insecurities and me having trust issues and not taking you at face value and feeling like,
Yeah.
I got this tall, dark, and handsome man, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at you and thinking, why me? Why would you want me? Out of all the women in the world, why would you want me? And not realizing that it's because he chose me.
A lot of women, I'm glad you said that though, feel like that. But we also have to understand, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because you're a man, but men they do, yeah, of course, appearance or whatever, but that's something quick. I feel like, oh, you're cute, whatever, I like you, I'll mess with you for a little bit and move. But like an actual long relationship has more to do with the qualities of you as a person than, oh, you just a pretty face. Because beautiful women get cheated on all the time.
Hold on, he has a philosophy about
So-
that.
All right. So my philosophy on that is basically, appearance going to change as you get older. It's not going to be the same. So as you get older, you're going to look different. You know what I'm
This is
saying?
true.
You're not going to always be tight-faced and pretty-faced. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to change.
I mean,
appearance
we will,
change.
but
You know what I'm saying? Like, as you get older, like 80, 90 years old, you're going to change. Then you can't always look at basically when you're basically dating somebody in high school that they always going to be the same. Their body size not going to be the same because, in fact, they're going to have kids and stuff. So you have to look at all that, too. It plays a factor into actually, marrying somebody, too.
Which is why the friendship means the most.
Yeah. Like, if you just basically marrying somebody because of their looks, then you're not marrying them for anything.
Right.
right. That's how I see it. So that was happening. You said the trust issues and the insecurities. How did you handle that? Like, what did you do to help her feel like
I
this?
just showed her something different than what she's used to, basically.
He did. He was polar opposite to any dude I'd ever dated before.
Like, she
They
used
do
to
say
seeing
opposites
me.
attract.
Yeah, what she was used to basically wasn't what I was doing because, in fact, me, I don't make a big fuss about a lot of things, and you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna show you a lot of patience and make you feel your worth and basically how you supposed to be feeling in the inside as a woman.
For being a man.
He my biggest hype man.
Yeah, like she might look at herself and be like, "Well, I don't feel like I'm pretty today." Like, you're always pretty. It's just, you know what I'm saying, just you got to find that inside yourself to even,
Right.
get to that point.
Boy, don't make me cry on this thing.
Like, you gotta
No,
get
she
to
a
that
bull.
stage.
Right.
That's what's up, though. I like that. So, as y'all can see and what y'all have heard, marriage is not easy.
It's not. It's a job. Definitely a job.
However, a lot of patience, love, communication, trust
honesty, and respect
can get you through it.
And please don't marry people just because of money. That changed too.
Oh yeah.
See, I don't do that kind of shit. Y'all don't even none of that. But I'm also because you said not about money, but also don't get married just to be married, just to say you're
That's
married.
the key point.
Yeah.
That's the key
Like
point.
man, because so
There's
many
a lot of people that's doing that
that
nowadays.
today, and then
Mhm.
boom, they getting divorced within a couple of years, 5 years, and they've already been broken up, not living together, and all this other kind of stuff.
But that's why the turnover rate for marriage is so high.
Because they're not married for the right
They're
things.
not marrying for the right reasons.
That's true. So I don't know if y'all know this, but Chris Brown is my husband. That's my soulmate. And I'm not gonna marry you for the money. I'm gonna marry you because I love you and you're my soulmate. So just keep that in mind.
Who's mine, baby?
LeBron James.
No, but I don't know. Maybe I need to change where I go. I honestly, the shit that I used to do, I don't really do anymore. Like everything is different. I'm at the gym a lot. I'm podcasts. I have other shit I'm working on. So I'm not doing the same things that I used to do or in the same area. But I just feel like I'm not gonna meet nobody I'm just interested in.
But it's not for you to meet somebody. It's for that person to find you.
They'll come in at the right time when
They
you
will.
least expect it.
They will.
Hopefully they around the
He
corner.
came in because I was in the shower one day and I just broke down on my knees and was like, Lord, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired.
You know, and somebody
Just
be
give
asking me if I'm praying
give me
for
the
it.
give me the person that I'm supposed to have. The person that I'm supposed to grow old with, the person that I'm supposed to build a life with. Give me that person because I'm ready to receive them. You might not think I'm ready, but I know I'm ready. So I'm tired of going through the motions with people who don't deserve my time. They don't deserve who I am. They don't deserve my growth. They don't get to experience me.
I'm so glad you
They
said
don't
that.
deserve to experience me.
I'm so glad you said that because that's how I am today,
Yeah.
and that's with anybody. If you know me, you know my block list is long, baby, very long. I say all this to say, I say, you know what? You don't get to experience me no more. You don't get to even peek in my life. You don't get to go on social media and see what I'm doing, and that's for anybody, a friendship, relationship. Once I start feeling like you don't appreciate me, and because I'm not a bad person. When I am a friend, I'm a good, loyal friend, I think. And anybody who, has ever been around me can tell me if I'm saying a lie or different, if you experience different with me. But I feel like I'm a good person, and I try to be there for everybody that I'm, like, really friends with.
But what I tell you, though, sometimes you outgrow people.
Well, maybe we outgrew each other,
A lot of people have to understand that you may be in someone's life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. She might have just been a reason at that time and turned into a season, but she's definitely not a lifetime. So don't give her the ability to be able to enter and exit your life whenever she feels necessary. What's the point?
Right.
And she
'Cause
might
you-
have been jealous of your lifestyle you living. at the
Hello,
time.
he took the words right out of my mouth because that's
No.
literally what I was just
Come
about
down
to say.
Play a major part too.
Yep,
Well,
jealousy. Jealousy and envy are very ugly things. And who's to say that she is and who's to say that she's not?
Yeah.
But at
they'll
the
never
end
say
of the
that
day,
they mouth. So
oh
they
yeah,
never
no,
know.
they'll never speak it. But I mean, if she doesn't want to be a part of your life, then that's fine.
That's why that's how
on
I am
her.
now. I'm
That's on
like
her.
that with everybody, even family.
It's their loss.
Listen, that whole blood's thicker than water shit
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Most often than not, family is the family that you choose.
And we talked about this on the show before
the
because
family you
I'm
choose.
actually very close with my friends more than I am with my own family.
Yeah.
Like I'm always with them. We live by each other. We do shit together. Our kids are friends. Like, I'm like go to them when something happens. It's like my friends are checking on me. Just like when you see my post, you text
I
me.
immediately text you and was like, "Hey, is everything okay?"
Right. And do I
And we
get that
hadn't
response?
talked for years before I did baby girl's hair.
Right.
So
But those are real friendships, genuine.
Yeah.
People who
I
genuinely
just wanna
care
know
about
that you're
you.
okay.
Right. And not just like, oh, what is it about? What's your business?
not trying to be nosy, not trying to be all up in your business because it's not my business to know. And if you so choose to tell me, then that's your choice.
Right.
But at the end of the day, my thought was just to make sure that you are okay.
Right. And I appreciate that.
Of
That's why I
course.
told you,
I told you, I'm
But
always here.
I'm just at the stage of where I'm at in my life. I'm hoping to come across something that's real, something that's genuine,
They're
especially
out
because
here.
my daughter.
They're out here.
I don't know where, because y'all need to tell me where.
They're out here. They're out here. Trust me, they're out here. They're probably caught up in a toxic relationship that's not serving them.
Listen, I'm not trying to get married today, tomorrow, this year. Honestly, I'm really not. I don't feel like I'm ready to be married.
Yeah.
I'm ready to date and maybe be in a relationship,
Yeah.
but not marriage. I'm not. And
I
I'm
can
gonna
see
just
that.
be very
Yeah,
honest.
It can take time sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm really working on me today.
But
Yeah.
a man know if he gonna marry you or not within a couple months. It's just he gonna wait till
Listen,
you get out
ladies.
there and basically, make you feel comfortable when that time comes.
So what was it about her that when you first went on this date? Like, what did you get a feeling? What was it that you felt? I know I'm gonna marry her. She's the one.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
Really, how I knew I wanted to
For the
marry
ladies,
her.
y'all listen.
So we dated for 3 years, right, before we got married.
Yeah.
But I knew within maybe like 6 months to a year that I knew I was gonna marry her
But
based
why
off
though?
of her, personality and everything like that. The reason she was acting the way she was acting, I understood because she was hurt, and she just needed someone to actually listen to her. So that's basically a key to a lot of things. You have to be able to listen to your partner. If you can listen to your spouse, and listen to him, that's all it comes down to. She just wanted to give you that ear to listen to.
But was it a feeling you got?
What was
Was
it
it-
that signified that I was the one?
The feeling, I just knew. You can't even explain it. It's just hard to explain. You just know. Like a man know. Like he can't explain it to you, but he just know that.
Kind
you're
of
the
like when a
one.
woman come across other women, they know who is going to serve them as a true friend and who is fake and phony.
Listen,
Yeah,
Like I can read somebody within 5 seconds of knowing them.
They can play a key factor too. It's just, I put it like this. I knew because, in fact, you start getting those like butterflies and you feel nervous around that person. It's just like it gave you that
You
And
gave me
comfort,
butterflies.
See, that's what I be saying. It's that one. There's only one person that can make you feel a certain way that you cannot explain. Because I don't know. I'd be like, why are you acting so like shy around me? Like, especially if it's somebody I've known for so long. Like, why are you?
Yeah.
because they getting to see you in a different light. That's all. You see a person doing
That's
something
true.
different, it's gonna change how you react to certain people because you're just like give you butterflies and make you nervous. Like, hey, like first meeting you for the first time, but I know you.
But we had known each other.
But we've been
Just
meeting
not-
each other for the
yeah.
first
but
time
just not
for
in that
years.
capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just didn't know each other in that capacity. It
That
was something
capacity.
different.
So
for
do y'all
both
still
of
go
us.
on date nights and stuff like
yeah.
that?
We finna go on the lunch date as soon as
Yeah,
we
we
leave
go
here.
date all the
Like
time.
we sneak off away from the kids. Like my kids are old. I have a 19 to 18-year-old. They certified babysitters at this point. So they watch the 9-year-old and the 4-year-old. They understand that in order for our marriage to continue to work, we have to sneak off and have little light dates. And, even if it's like, something small, going to the mall, looking for clothes or going to go grab a quick lunch or,
I'm
it
gonna
could
ask
be.
y'all a question. I don't know if you watched the show. I asked this question. It's a coming out loud question.
Okay.
It is a very personal question.
Okay.
So again, whatever you're comfortable with. So do y'all be like going off to like date nights or rent hotels or something, get away, have intimate moments?
We've done that before. We've had a staycation.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
staycation.
But we just bought a house. So what we do is send our 4 of them babies to my mama's house.
Bye.
And they've been there since yesterday. And they ain't coming home till tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So, we find different ways to make sure that that basically the fire
It ain't like
stays
no
lit.
scheduled shit. Cause I don't like scheduling. Hey,
No, I mean
I'm good.
if you constitute scheduling it as me texting him, be like, so
5 o'clock
no, it don't be a time. It just be like, so
today.
what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna
Then
do
sometimes
something tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then a lot of times it's just
Yeah,
random. It's like,
and then
you know,
sometimes it's just random. I get woke up in the morning. Like it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, not now because I don't work from home anymore. Like I'm back in office, so his late days are Tuesdays, and he doesn't have to be at work until 12.
Y'all
so
still keep it spicy.
it's been a couple of times.
Yeah, you gotta
I
keep
feel like
spicy.
you got to keep that
Yeah.
spark in the
you do.
relationship.
Definitely spicy.
Yeah, you gotta keep that spark in a relationship. If you don't, then
Right.
and somebody gonna be looking for somebody else. Put it like that.
That part.
Yeah.
See, ladies, because I had this conversation. I know we almost up for time, but I had this conversation at one of the very beginning of the shows, and I was like, sex is important in a relationship.
It is.
I'm not saying it's the most important thing in
It's
a
not
relationship,
what-
but
it's
it
not-
is important in a relationship.
It's not one of the major pillars for the foundation to stay strong.
I
But
mean,
it's
lack
necessary.
of sex does cause friction and
It
tension
does.
in the
It
relationship
will.
because, like
Yeah,
you
it
said,
will.
you're gonna go looking for it somewhere else. So
It
I
will.
feel like, and they were talking about this about being a submissive woman, and oh, you're submissive, you're dumb, and no, I don't know. To me, like when I'm in a relationship, I'll be submissive to my man as far as being there for him, you know, knowing certain things, but not like get your ass up and go cook me something. Nah, not that kind of submissive.
Do you consider me to be submissive?
Yeah, you submissive. Like, yeah, you can't be. That's different what you just said.
But that's what I'm saying. Not
I
that
know.
way. There's certain.
When he come home from work, there's a hot meal. I don't care if I've been at work all day. There's a hot meal.
Yeah, I think it's what
But
it
I
is.
take care of your man's wants and needs.
But he
you know?
run my bath water every day too.
But I'm saying it works both ways. But
It
you know what I
does.
mean. But I'm saying like because they were saying like, you know
Being
how women are
submi-
today.
Being submissive does not make you dumb.
Okay.
Being submissive does not make you ignorant. Being submissive does not make you stupid. It doesn't make you any of those things.
True.
Or there's
When
like
you get married to somebody and you genuinely love that person,
you naturally be submissive.
you are naturally submissive. It is nothing physically that you can do to make yourself submissive. It just happens.
Yeah, because they were
literally
saying like,
happens.
oh, you lose yourself as a woman and da 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 da. You can.
Before we end this, let me speak on that because that is something that I wanted to bring up. Oftentimes, when you have a husband and you have kids, you can tend to lose yourself. I lost myself.
I did too.
I lost myself. But it wasn't until he brought it to my attention and was like, babe, you don't go with your friends no more. You don't do nothing no more. Like, you need to get out the house. Like, it's okay to be something other than mom or babe. You need to be Nakia sometimes. It's okay to be Nakia.
Yeah, you can't lose yourself in the
You can't.
process because it's
So-
very easy to, especially as a woman, to lose yourself.
Right.
Because you're caught up in trying to make everybody happy. That
And
you
I've,
love,
I've always been the back burner type person. It's all about making him happy, making my kids happy, make sure our house functions, you know, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, like me and one of my closest friends, I call her my sister. We go out on sister dates.
That's what's
You know
up.
what I mean? And we just vent to each other, you know, give each other advice on things that we're going through. You know, it could be a myriad of things or a myriad of topics that we go over, but I make sure I have that time. I even had that time with my mom, too, because it's necessary.
Yeah, I definitely have those with my girls. Like
Yeah,
we,
it's needed.
once a month at least.
Yeah.
we get together and go to dinner. We randomly just do shit. I mean,
Yeah.
we're together a lot. We haven't been lately because life. We got things going on, but
Of course.
we do try to make it a priority to,
Yep.
you know, do that. Because it's important to keep you.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Because I went through that, and it took me a long time to get to where I'm at today. And I tell
Yeah.
people this shit did not happen overnight.
nope.
Yeah,
It's
nothing
a work in
happened overnight.
progress.
It's a work in
It
progress.
did not happen overnight.
The best thing that you can do for your next relationship is exactly what you're doing, taking time for yourself.
Yeah.
People jump in and out of relationships like they change draws, and that's a part of the problem.
That's a
Give
big
yourself
part.
time to heal from one situation before you move into
And
another.
that's where I'm at today. That's where I'm at today. And
Yeah.
like y'all were saying, I do know what I want. There's things that I will put up with and that I won't put up with. And
Don't
once,
deter from that.
once you cross that line with me,
But you also have to learn to give people grace too.
oh, I do.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a little bit too much grace. And that's the
Yeah.
problem. I'm not going to let somebody run over me again. You
No.
can't be
No,
in
no,
and
no.
out of my
Never
life
that.
like a yo-yo.
Yeah.
1, 2 times, okay. But third, literally shame on me for allowing it.
Yeah.
Because people are going to continue to treat you how you allow them to treat you.
And not only that, but you are what you attract.
Right. So yeah. Don't come over here with them games.
Yep, yep.
But thank y'all so much for being open, talking about marriage. It's so important.
Of course,
Um,
of course.
Happy
I'm,
that
all,
y'all are.
I'm all about marriage and seeing people happy and seeing people in relationships that are long lasting. But just, you know, if I could just say one last thing to women and men, those who aspire to be married one day, don't let what you see other people go through deter you from something that you really want. What they're going through and their experience with marriage is completely different than what you may experience and what you go through. Know what you want, set those boundaries. Like Ash said, don't allow anybody to run over you, but at the same time, give grace. Be honest in your relationships. I understand us as women, we try to protect ourselves by, you know, having the man meet our representative initially, and I get that. But at some point, you have to show him who you really are to see if this is somebody that he's going to be able to see himself with. Be honest, be true, and be unapologetically you. It's okay to be who you are. And either he's going to accept you or he's going to walk away. But either way, you'll be fine.
That's what's up. You have anything you want to add on it?
All I want to say is basically just do your part in making everything work. That's all you got to do.
Do your
Right.
part.
Right.
Do your part. That's
Yeah.
important. Stay in your lane, do your part, and work on it. Every relationship is hard, but if it's worth it,
You'll work for it.
yeah, that part.
Yep.
Thank y'all so much again for
No
coming,
problem.
y'all.
Of course.
I
You're welcome,
appreciate
welcome.
you.
Of course.
And y'all go like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes, please.
And I know y'all married and stuff, so I'm not gonna put y'all Facebook stuff and like
Oh, we
that to
don't
go
care.
follow y'all.
We don't care.
Okay. I don't know. You just let me know, and I'll add the links if they cool with it. If not, yeah, y'all just see them when y'all see them.
Yeah, once you add the links, I'm always open for questions. So if anybody got a question,
Oh.
trust me, you can slide and I'll answer them.
Okay, so if y'all got some questions about marriage, she's open to answer.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Definitely.
what's up.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. I'm out.